the fourth Sunday of Advent and Christmas Eve day. It creates quite a problem, or something I've been thinking about. In a sacristy in a parish, people will come in who are lectors and says, "Father, I have a big question. Are there any big words?" In the reading, I said, well, like Jerubbaal, Hezekiah, those kind of big words? Yeah. There's another big question about if I go to Christmas Eve Mass, will that count for Sunday and for Christmas Day? So do I get a 1 for 2? And does it count? Because that's another big Catholic question. Does this Mass count? Well, counting. Let's not count on anything except Christmas. We have beautiful readings today. The first reading, if you're not going to church, please read the first reading. David has just returned. It's a great story. David has just returned from conquering his enemies. And he's sitting in his cedar house. And he says to Nathan, the ark, which we have just rescued from the enemy, is out there in a tent. We carried it here. It's just in a tent. It's the Holy of Holies. We had to build a bigger house for the ark. And Nathan says, well, do whatever you want. But during the night, God speaks to Nathan. And he makes a great prophecy about David and house and lineage. House meaning a building, but is changing the word meaning family ties, family history. It becomes the house of David, which, by the way, is what Bethlehem means. House of David. So it's all set up that God is not to be located, but the continuation of God is going to be in the person flowing from the lineage of David. And that's a very big early Christian belief. And you can see it in the prologue, or the many verses of Matthew's gospel we call the begots. Adam begot and begot. But it's all lined up so that Jesus is the Son of David, to which the synoptics especially call Jesus. So that's the promise, that the tent is going to be portable. The family is going to be more than a house. The presence is going to become family. And then the gospel, of course, and we hear this, we had it a few weeks ago in the Gospel for the Immaculate Conception. It's the announcement. So it's another conversation, you see. You had God and Nathan and David, and now you're having God through the angel Gabriel and Mary. And Mary becomes the ark holding the holy presence of God made flesh. That's the beauty. That's what's going on. That's why this fourth Sunday, these few hours of the fourth Sunday of Advent are so powerful and so beautiful, that this long series, no longer ending in another temple, another building, but in the tent of Mary's womb, becoming flesh, becoming family. That's what we're celebrating. Does this count? What counts? What counts is God's presence among us. David had to carry the ark. Now the ark carries Jesus. And Jesus carries us. And we become the presence of Jesus. So that what we're going to celebrate at Christmas Eve tonight and all day tomorrow and these days of Christmas is that we now, in our flesh, enter not a tent, but into the human life where Jesus takes residence. So that we, in a way, are the tents. But more than tents, we are the flesh. We are the family. We are his sisters and brothers. That's what counts. It counts to celebrate, yes. It is very healthy. It counts for us to be attentive to the presence we receive in the Eucharist, the presence we receive in the familial experience of others in the church, that they too are family. So it's a family celebration. We emphasize so much family at Christmas. What's real is that through David and through Jesus, we are the family of God. We gather together to celebrate that and to recount and be joyful as Mary was. Humble and poor and empty as she was. Poor, spiritually poor. He takes flesh in us. That's what counts, that I receive that and I celebrate that and I allow it to be pregnated in my soul. This is Christmas. Waiting is Advent. Waiting for birth is the Catholic life.